Tarman, would you please just log off? It's for your own sake. Tarman, I brought back that base Lego set you wanted.
Alright, what's up, chat? Hang on, let's see. Alright, my mic should be good there, hopefully. Alright, sometimes I can't tell how loud I am because my software doesn't correctly pick up the volume. It's fucking mad annoying. But anyway, yo, what's up, Chris? Yo, what's up, Duckman? Yo, what's up, Andy? Yo, what's up, Jen? Yo, what's up, Toad? Yo, what's up, Frank? Yo, what's up, Seven? Yo, what's up, Troll Heyman? Yo, what's up, Gypsy? Yo, what's up, Six? What's up, Robert? Yo, what's up, Damp? All right, boys. So, for those that don't know, a person on Reddit made the discovery that they lived in Josh's complex. Okay? I'll let you take that in for a second. Now, before I discuss whether or not this is actually real, because someone made a good point to me that, like, this guy probably knew who he... this guy probably knew about Josh for, like, a long time. But before we speculate, so the Reddit user, okay, so the Reddit user also posted a video, and he originally deleted it off his channel, but someone else re-uploaded it, and it's unlisted for obvious reasons, because, well, I heard, but I haven't seen on the Reddit guy's like original like YouTube account. It had his full name. That's what someone tells me. I haven't verified that yet, but I wanted to watch this video with you guys.
All right, Redditors, I'm going to go attempt to talk to King Cobra himself.
Okay, so so I don't know if okay, just for right now, I'm gonna take this at face value. I'm gonna believe that this is real, that somehow this guy just found out about Josh. Whatever. It's a little bit fishy, but whatever. This guy showed us his apartment door, like basically. Like he filmed him walking from his apartment to Josh, and it's like, dude, you just doxed yourself even more, or whatever.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, can I help you?
Oh, I was just going to see if you're all right, man. I heard the cops last night and a bunch of commotion.
No, I'm good. Thanks for checking on me, man.
Cool, man. I just, I always care about my neighbors and everything.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You want a glass of wine?
No, I'm all right. Thank you, though.
Okay, this is my first reaction to this. This feels so fake. This feels incredibly fake. But also, it could be Josh just being really hungover. Because, like, Josh has, like, the Chinaman eyes going on, you know?
Commotion.
No, I'm good. Thanks for checking on me, man.
Cool, man. I just, I always care about my neighbors and everything.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You want a glass of wine?
No, I'm all right. Thank you, though, man. It's a little early for me.
Oh, all right. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, dude. You have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you too.
Wait. This doesn't look like his apartment. Wait. Chad, am I going insane? Why doesn't this not look like this doesn't look like his apartment? Huh? Yeah. Oh, the fucking large door behind him. What the fuck? Wait. Alright, I guess I'm going
Dude,
insane.
you have a Merry
in
Christmas.
the fucking membrane.
See you, man. Happy Easter off.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's probably a different angle. All right, but anyway, let's watch that like one more time, just because I want to like. There's a few things that I want to mention about this.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, can I help you?
Oh, I was just going to see if you're all right, man. I heard the cops last night and a bunch of commotion.
No.
Okay, so I just like because like so like I guess I'll like take it at like face value for now that that this is real, and like Josh looks so fucking wasted in this. Like you can tell that like Josh woke up still drunk a little bit, you know, with like a bad hangover.
No, I'm good. Thanks for checking on me, man.
Cool, man. I just, I always care about my neighbors and everything.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You want a glass of wine?
No, I'm all right. Thank you, though, man. It's a little early for me.
Oh, all right. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, dude. You have a Merry Christmas.
Okay. So we have like a new Reddit homeboy, basically. Okay, we have a new potential character, um, unless he gets scared off, which is probably gonna happen. Because like I'm sure someone has already found out this dude's full name and like full history and everything. So if we, I think he posted a selfie. Yeah, right here. Um, this is what the guy looks like. I don't feel bad showing it because he posted it. I don't know why he would post it. Well, probably because he wants attention, but it's also that I get strong normie vibes from him or whatever. Uh, like I'm not too sure if he knows what he got himself into. But yeah, yeah. Um, uh, and also, he mentioned that like so this guy basically said that he always thought Josh was a little bit weird, right? He thought that he was a goober, and he would occasionally see a 2-pack like thing of Duster from DoorDash or I don't know how Josh is able to like get Duster delivered, but this guy said that he's like seen it before, and he has a picture of it because he thought it was weird. So like he took this like before he realized like who he was, and you can see the receipt. Like like I don't know how you can DoorDash Duster, but Joshua Faye Saunders has found a way to fucking get Duster delivered somehow. All right. Oh my god, it's just a huge mess, chat. All right. So that's basically it. Um, it's I don't know how I feel about it right now, but like I'll like save my like I'll save most of my opinions like for like later on because this guy could never like show up again, but and also there's a potential also of him like causing problems if he isn't like mentally stable or whatever. Like if the trolls like attack him and he isn't able to like deal with it, so he like blames Josh for whatever reason, and then there's some like weird conflict. I don't fucking know. Um, what do you guys think about that though? Um, Dollar General maybe? Oh, Jen, you're right. Oh, dude, like Josh isn't even like huffing the good duster. He's huffing the Dollar General fucking duster. Yeah. All right. More like Guna. Yo, what's up, Millie? All right. So that's like the a slight update, but I skipped over a a few videos that I didn't watch in my last stream. So I thought that we would watch these.
Cobra fan, what up? This asshole has come to join us. How you been doing, Sean? I'm doing good. I went on a vacation. You went on a vacation? Yeah, to the Poconos. You went on a vacation to the Poconos? Yeah. And it got me thinking, why the hell do they call it Poconos? I don't know why they call it Poconos. Do they poke your nose at the airport when they're going through security? Yeah. Almost sounds like they're saying Ticonos. Oh, that's disgusting.
I already regret my decision, chat. I don't like this. Yo, what's up, Junior?
So, Sean, what do you say when people tell you to go fuck yourself? I tell them I'm already beating you to it. I fucked your mother. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm a fucking asshole. Nice and fucking juicy.
I don't like Josh like says that he really loves Sean, and he does like seem to like care about him, but like at the same time, it's like he's so fucking dusty. Like there's like a layer of dust like on his shirt, you know?
See, you stupid motherfucker. Wow, Sean. It's spelled S-H-O-N. Spelled differently. The fuck you drinking? It's the Starbucks. Not a sponsor.
Yeah, Inferno, you are correct. Like, well, so Sean used to be one of the few redeeming things that Josh would do, because I don't know, it made him look more creative. He was goofy. Whenever he like used Sean, he'd seem more confident. He would at least try and be funny. He would try and be witty and stuff. But like now, he barely even tries with Sean, which is, you know.
Yeah.
Tarman, can you please do your signature laugh? I hate no promises, because I have a headache. So no promises.
I know the sponsor. Starbucks double shot
But I will be streaming tomorrow, by the way, chat. So
energy drink. Mocha coffee. Mocha coffee. Coffee! Yeah! Would you calm down? No. No, my dummy Sean is
Frank, don't bait me. Frank, is that real? Frankie boy, don't lie to me.
out of a Charlie McCarthy puppet. Yep. And he's based off of Billy from Dead Silence, which is a pretty cool movie. It's a scary movie. It's one of my favorites.
Alright. Give me a second. Alright. Give me 1 minute. There's no way. Wait, when the hell did this drop? I'm sorry, chat, like, I think someone mentioned it, but I didn't, like, realize, like, I read the message without, like, realizing what it meant, or whatever. Like, I wasn't, like, hang on. Oh, he did! Let's fucking go! This is fucking retarded. Like, this is actually retarded.
Audio check, mic check.
Okay, chat, give me 1 second to change my title of my stream. Let me change my title a little bit to help me out with the views. Okay. So, as you know, your favorite son made the last documentary that I thought was shit, and even though I was in it, but so whenever I talk to the guy, the reason why I'm saying this, because whenever I originally talked to him, he said that he was going to try and interview Clint. Like, he was gonna, like, try and do it, and I told him that's fucking impossible. I guess I was wrong. Okay.
Good stuff. Okay. Okay. Do we want to wait for Josh?
Hey, Josh.
Holy shit. Okay. Let me know how the audio levels are, boys.
Nice.
I say I'm taking a shit.
Yes. Oh my God, Josh, only you, man. Hope you feel better.
I was taking that shit, man, to drop a little troll out of my Asperger's.
First things first, why don't you just
Oh my god, dude.
introduce yourself? Let the people.
What is all this art? God, like, Clint's so self-absorbed. Look at all that shit. Like, that's his own art. No, wait. Yeah, that is his own art. Look at all those gay ass statues in the back.
People know who you are.
My name is Clint Saunders. I'm Josh's dad.
Not by choice.
Yeah, sorry, man. You didn't have any choice on that one.
I feel sorry for you more than you feel.
Oh my, dude, Josh is so reserved around his father. Like, but Josh almost seems embarrassed. Like, this literally looks like this looks like a dad and like a 5-year-old.
For me.
You know, what motivated you to want to do this interview, and what do you hope to get out of it?
Well, I get hit up for interviews like this constantly. And it's something I've always ignored because I don't, the YouTube thing's Josh's thing, and it's his world and it's his thing. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to do anything that's going to take away from what he's.
Josh is so pissed that. Thank you, Junior. You are correct. I think Josh is pissed at Clint for doing this.
Doing or take.
This is so weird.
Try to infiltrate into his gig, if that makes sense. And plus, I just don't trust anybody in the Cobraverse. Years ago, I would let people in and they would just burn me. I'd let them in and I'd talk to them and I'd reveal stuff I shouldn't have because I thought they were legit. And I get 40 emails a day. I'm not a troll, whatever, man. And they all say it, and they all just fuck us over always. I'm 100% record now. I have a bad track record for reading people apparently. And so when you emailed me,
so I want to point out that I think that Clint is a dumbass for doing this. This is not a good idea, and like your favorite son is incompetent. That guy can't interview. I'm sorry.
Josh had contacted me. So years ago.
I don't hate the guy, but I'm just saying, like, he can't. Like, he just can't do that.
I quit reading any type of email or text I get from anybody. The second I see your son, Cobra, or YouTube, I just delete it because oh my God, I don't have time to read that shit. And because I was just inundated with it, and plus I don't care what these people's opinions are. They don't know us. They don't know me. They really don't know Josh. They think they do. But he told me you were cool. So when you sent me an email, I looked for it and read it, and I was still very skeptical. Of course, there's no way in hell I'm going to do an interview with you until I saw what you did. And I appreciated your honesty and your fairness. And I realized, you weren't trying to.
Dude, look how mad. Look how mad he is.
Manipulate it for a preconceived idea, or to push a narrative, or to try to hurt. So, with all the people in Josh's life who hurt him, I just don't trust anybody.
Yeah. So with that, then let's pivot over to Josh. What was Josh like as a kid?
So, one of the things with Josh, when Josh was not even 2 years old, we knew there was definitely something, different about him.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Clint is gonna address the FAS.
And so we, started having him checked. By the time he was 4, 5 years old, I realized I didn't have the parenting skills to help him. I mean, he was take everything you think you know about parenting and you just throw it right out the window. At the time, I was a volunteer coach for Special Olympics, so I was very used to working with, developmentally challenged kids, both physically and mentally. And I also coached for a long time. So I really had a lot of skills in terms of working with kids, but nothing worked with Josh. Every single parenting trick I tried, just nothing. Nothing. And I realized that I need some help. So I actually went back to school and got a degree in psychology and started working with adjudicated youth. And I was pursuing the degree to help myself so that I could help him, because I needed a better understanding of
That's the weird thing. Like I give Clint a lot of credit for doing that, but also it's it didn't have any positive. Like how the hell did you study like psychology, but like just like yell at Josh all the time, and like I do believe that Clint fucked up Josh not like fucked him up for life, but like he didn't help him basically. He only kind of made it harder for Josh. At least I think so. But it's
what I was dealing with and how to help him, because he had, by the time he was 6, he'd been labeled with probably 6 different disorders, and
6.
yeah, I know. Yeah. And so that's why you're Satan. I knew it. So, anyways, I worked with adjudicated youth for probably about 10 years. And it started out, like I did an internship at a boys' prison. I mean, I'm working with kids anywhere from stealing a pack of cigarettes to literally murder. And I worked after that. I worked as an aftercare case manager, helping kids who like gone through a program, and then when they come back home, they're trying to reestablish back into their communities. And then I also worked in like group home environments for adjudicated youth, which were pretty intense. So I've worked across the full spectrum of people who have struggled with disorders and that, and I'm glad I did, because it really helped me.
Yeah. So Frank brings up a really good point in my chat. I bet your favorite son did pay them to do this. So
with Josh, and because Josh is without a doubt the most difficult human being ever met in my life.
Hi, Mark Barden at Sandy Hook Promise here.
Fucking A, dude.
Just a couple of the things that he was diagnosed with. One of them is
that fucking ad jump scared me. I don't know why. I don't know why. It was just so sudden.
Name of it now. This is so long ago, but it's
oppositional defiance disorder.
Yes, thank you. That is exactly what it was. Yeah.
This was posted 35 minutes ago, chat. So.
And it was brutal. I mean, just brutal. And you try every tactic, and he'll just flip it on you. And you try this, and he flips it on you. So it's very, very, very challenging. This is where my hair went. I used to have a lot of hair, and that's where it all went. So we, especially through the training that I got through my career and what I was doing, things got a lot better in terms of, we figured out, different ways to help Josh and help him function normally, and help him and help me and help, the rest of our family help him. And we had a pretty good system going for years. When he turned 18, and you spent time with Josh, you'll appreciate.
I know, chat. I'm just regarded and lazy. I'll make sure to do that like after this stream or whatever.
Appreciate this. He's like, all right, I'm 18. We're out having dinner. And I said, so what's it like to be an adult? He goes, that's right, I'm an adult. That means I don't have to do what you tell me anymore. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm an adult, so I don't have to do anything you tell me. And I'm like, well, technically, you're living in my house and you're going to follow my rules. When you move out, you can do whatever you want.
Dude, I know we shit on Josh for being ugly, but holy fucking shit. Like, man, just that light shining on the back of his head is not doing him justice.
You're living in my house, you're going to live by our rules. And he goes, no, you can't make me. I'm an adult. And in Josh's mind, as you know, it's kind of very black and white. And there isn't a lot of gray. And boom, he quit everything. So in his mind, especially at that age, he took everything that we had ever made him do that he didn't like and refused to do it. He refused to take a shower, refused to brush his teeth, refused to clean his room. He started smoking. He didn't smoke before that. He's like, I'm going to start smoking. So why would you do that? Well, because I'm 18, you can't stop me. Yeah, but why would you start that? Because I can. And so he started smoking. Well, we're not allowed to smoke in my house. So he's always smoking in the house. And I'm not going to.
Okay. This is really interesting.
Clean my room anymore. Oh my God. I'm not going to do the chores anymore. And not only that, you can't make me take meds anymore. And you can't make me see a counselor anymore. And so in his mind, it just literally, he was done with every single thing that we had ever made him do that he didn't like. And then unable to let that go. So the next 2 years were just absolute hell for all of us. I'm trying to parent. We're all, and he's so defiant and trying to do his own thing and be an adult. And finally it got to the point, it's like, dude, if you don't want to live, if you're not going to follow our rules, you need to find your own place. So guys got a job and moved out on his own. and he's been on his own ever since. I'm actually really proud of him for that. He worked hard. He saved money, got his first and last month's rent, got an apartment, but still really struggling because society has rules too.
Yeah, this is making me hate Clint more. I don't know why you do this. Like, sure, this is like cool for us, but like, man, like, I don't feel bad for Josh right now. Not yet. I just think that this is incredibly douchey to do.
And his landlord had rules too, and and he's still just defying all these rules. And to this day, he won't brush his teeth. And I tell him 40 times a week, and it's just not going to do it. And then it can be very frustrating. So then me, of course, being, I think, a typical parent, I'm trying to parent him always. And in his mind, I'm an asshole who's always lecturing him and trying to change who he is. And I think this is kind of a normal.
Jen, holy shit. Clint is so gay.
Team dynamic with their parents too, especially same-sex parent. My dad wants me to be like him and I'm not, so I'm not good enough for him, type of a mentality. And I think it's very normal. But he, with Josh, everything's always to the extreme. It's always to the extreme. And so then every time I was with him, I'm of course parenting, and he's of course saying, enough, man, enough. You get out. And so he started blocking me from his life. And he blocked me on social media. He blocked my phone number. If I wanted to talk to him, I had to do like everybody else.
How is this scummy if you're doing the same thing? I'm not his dad, my dude. Like, I'm not a piece of shit father who didn't raise his son correctly. I'm just a retard on a computer.
And go to his apartment and climb down and bang on his window. If we have important family things going on, or a death in the family, or we're going somewhere, I'd have to literally trap through the alley and bang on his window and hope that he was home. And I finally realized, and this was hard at first, it's gotten easier, but I finally realized, if I'm going to be in his life.
Look, I'll install something to like deal with the ads later, I promise.
A couple different things. One, I've got to stop trying to change him. Not, because obviously as a dad, I want my kid brushing his teeth. I want my kid taking a shower. I want my kid keeping his room clean. I want my kid having a job, and I want my kid taking care of himself physically and mentally. Of course, I want all that. But in his eyes, every time I even remind him, I'm lecturing. I'm trying to change him. And I was very much against the goth thing, as he knows. And I very much thought, and this is, I think, a common thing too. It was a theme in his life, is I always think it's a phase. Okay, so here's a phase, and we go through phases as we grow up. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait when he grows out of this phase. Oh, please God, when he grows out of this phase. And I finally had to accept the fact he isn't in a phase. This is who he is, and I got to make a decision. I'm going to be in his life, or I'm not. And if I'm going to be in his life, I have to accept who he is, and I've got to love him anyway.
Okay, so. Okay. That's true, but like not to the degree where you ignore everything.
Or I'm not going to be there. So there you go. About what, 24, 25, I'm like, all right, dad, you got to quit being a dad 24/7 and just accept the fact that, and then for me, then it wasn't just that too. Then it's like, I have to choose to be proud of who he is. It isn't just, all right, fine, I accept you even though I don't like it, because that's not going to work either. So it's like, no, I need to be proud of who he is. And so I started focusing on that. And I started focusing on the things about him that are great. And I'm very proud of who he is. And I'm very proud of, obviously I'm not proud of all of his behaviors. I'm not proud of all the choices he makes, but I am very proud of him and as a person. And I stopped trying to change him. I just accept it. This is my boy. This is who he is. Nobody's going to change him. He's been this way since he was 2 years old. and that's who he is. So embrace it. And then since then, it was slow at first. But he started letting me back in his life, and we started to build a better relationship and a stronger relationship. But a lot of that is me keeping my mouth shut. which isn't always easy. And when I do it with my mouth, I get yelled at. Um, and with Josh too, as a parent, the surest way for me to get him to do something is tell him not to. And still to this day, even though he's in his 30s, the surest way for me to get him to not do something is to tell him to do it. It's it's still in that defiant mode. And so I do the best I can to try to find a balance so that we can have a relationship.
This is like the, I feel like I'm in like Bizarro world. Like, why is Josh there? Why does Clint have his own artwork and like abstract bullshit everywhere? Why is Clint wearing a shirt that's way too small for him so he looks more muscular? Like what, like why is Clint so red? What the fuck is going on?
I can still be there and take care of him if he needs help. But there's a line, and if I cross the line, I'm blocked. And it's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
And you guys are, you know, I mean, obviously you're family members, but you're you know, you're happy together.
And the thing that people don't realize, and they don't need to realize, it's none of their damn business, is Josh and I talk on the phone several times a week. We hang out whenever, and I'm very big.
Yeah, so a few people have pointed out that your favorite son has only asked him one question so far, and it's been 13 minutes basically of Clint just answering one question. That's okay.
I run a couple of businesses. I'm also a full-time teacher, so I'm very busy. But when we hang out probably at least once a week, well, at least like run to the post office or, you know, run to the store, go by Wandwood, you know, things like that. And then when we can,
yes, for those that are just joining, this is new. This came out about like 40 minutes ago.
I got into woodworking a few years ago, just kind of making some little sculptures and stuff. I'm really horrible at it. But I enjoy it, you know? So it's like, yeah, I enjoy the process because I don't know. I think guys like to play with their wood or something, but it's,
Dude, okay. Josh got his humor from Clint. Okay, like this, like Clint is also just a massive, like flamer here. Like,
they're wankers. So
wait. Did Josh get his fake laugh from Clint?
Making some little sculptures and stuff. I'm really horrible at it. But I enjoy it, you know? So it's like, yeah, so process, because I don't know. I think guys like to play with their wood or something, but it's,
What the fuck was that?
They're wankers. So, and whoever got Josh the lathe, I am forever indebted to them and want to thank them because I had talked to Josh about getting a lathe for years. And the number one rule of Josh is if it's my idea, it ain't going to happen. Period. I tried to get him to do a food chain.
So like, look, I know that we've like some people and like I myself have said that like Josh got like a lot of things from Clint, but like seeing Clint talk and like his like mannerisms and all that bullshit, they're like clones, but like during the cloning process, like Josh got like fucked up, you know? It's like The Fly or whatever, you know?
Channel for years, ever since he was little, the food concoctions and the drink concoctions, oh my God. And I'm like, dude, the shit you put together and put in your mouth is just horrifying. And people would pay to watch that, man. And I'm forever, I tried to get him to do that when he first started his channel. I'm like, you know what you need to do with the channel? You need to do your concoctions, man. Oh, I'm cool, dude. I'm good, Dad. I don't need that, Dad.
I do my concoctions on my channel, though.
You do now.
I do them on my channel.
I've been trying to get you to
My
them since you were
drink combos.
18. Oh my God. And the stuff. And I mean, it's just like, I don't know, it's hard not.
Yeah, just like shut the fuck up, Josh. I'm gonna talk over you. Like, why is Josh here? Like,
To
this
watch,
is
as
so
gross as
bizarre.
it can be. It's like, oh, he's not going to eat that. And when I watched your documentary, I'm sitting there going, don't eat that chicken, man. Don't eat that chicken. I couldn't believe you ate that chicken. I'm like, ah.
Hey, the Doritos chicken was delicious.
Mhm.
You know, you can't be. He made food. You know, you got to be. I'm in his home. I gotta have manners.
Sure,
polite,
I
you know?
appreciate that.
We're celebrating.
Way too much sauce to it, but
I've had enough Josh concoctions in my life to know what that can do to you. But but that just is who he is, you know, and he's always been that way. And literally what you see, aside from the substance abuse, what you see is Josh. And this is one of the reasons I think he's loved and hated, is because nobody else got the balls to be that way. Who else? Nobody. We are all a persona, and we present ourselves in certain situations and certain things how we want to be seen. That's just human nature. Now, Josh, man, he's just 100% himself all the time. And he does get a little bit of this, you know, the Cobes persona when he's online, you know, and I see that.
Oh, that's so weird to hear Clint call him Cobe. I fucking hate that word Cobes also. Like, I fucking hate that. It's so fucking normie.
Come out. I saw that in your interview as well. But for the most part, you know, but that's also, you know, his persona. That's his YouTube channel. He's not always like that in RAL, you know. But the lathe, anyways, I tried to talk to him to get in a lathe forever. And he's like, and he, you know, and he'd go back and forth. Oh, that's cool. Let's try it. Okay, let's go get one. No, I'm good. I changed my mind. You know, a week later, hey, you want to try a lathe? I think you'd make some great ones on a lathe. No, I'm good. Okay, maybe that'd be cool. Okay, great. Let's get one. No, I changed my mind. And we were like this for years. And that lathe showed up, and I'm like, okay, good. So I went over and to show him how to use it. And I hadn't used a lathe since junior high school. And I just loved it. It was just so relaxing. And for the first time, I swear to God, the first time in his entire life, he let me teach him something. And he let me teach him how to use that lathe. And he let me show him how to make ones. And he actually listened instead of fighting me. It was magic for me. I teared up. I was just, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God.
the idea that I can't grow as a person.
You know how?
Holy shit. Clint is gay as hell.
I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God.
The idea that I can't grow as a person.
Man, he's gay.
You know how? 20
retard stuck in his ways.
20 some years, he would never let me teach him anything or show him anything. And he finally let me show him it. And we made, and oh, it was so relaxing. We had so much fun. So I bought a lathe for my woodworking area as well. And so then, and we'll load his lathe up and bring it over here. And, you know, when I have the time, we'll spend a full day, sometimes like 8-9 hours. Just, I work on my wood stuff while he makes wands, and we work them together. And it's so great. And so whoever got him that lathe, it gave us an opportunity to bond over something without fighting. And I'm truly thankful for that person. So whoever that was, if I see this, thank you so much. Because it was just a huge thing in Josh's life, and he enjoys.
Yeah, I know, Frank. We covered that at the start. I have the guy in my thumbnail. Like, that's the guy that's in my thumbnail is the guy that that lives in Josh's complex.
And he's very relaxing. You know, I find it very therapeutic for him as well.
It's really therapeutic for me, like when I play guitar and stuff.
Yeah. We're working on getting some resin molds and stuff now to build our own stuff so we can start. We're going to try turning some resin to see how that works.
What do you think is different when you compare Josh now to when he was younger, when you guys were in that butting heads phase?
Really, the only different, well, Josh is.
What kind of question? Man. Man.
Mellowed a lot.
This isn't even a fucking interview. This is just a rant from Clint.
With his temper, which is I'm very thankful for, because he's tempered, used to get him in a lot of trouble.
Hot-tempered Aries, what can I say?
And, so and that makes it so much easier too, because even now, even when I do start lecturing him, because I can't help it, you know, I'm still a dad. He doesn't get so volatile. You know, he used to just instantly just just a wall and anger, and then just a huge blow up. And now he's calmer. He doesn't react away, and it takes some, quite often 10 minutes later, he'll call me and go, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know you love me. I know you're just trying to take care of me. I'm sorry I acted that way." And so that ability to self-reflect a little bit.
So
and
okay, so here's like, I want to give your favorite son a little bit of credit. I feel like I'm shitting on him a little bit too much. I understand why he's like softballing shit, because like if you go in right off the bat like really aggressive and like calling Clint an asshole and like trying to like out debate him like I probably would, that wouldn't have a good outcome, because like Clint would like mentally shut down. He would like mentally build a wall, and like I wouldn't, like you wouldn't be able to like talk to him that way. So like I understand why this guy is like softballing everything.
realize that, hey, that was I made a bad choice, and own it. Is a huge difference, and it's so nice. And just the biggest thing though is me finally just accepting the fact that this is my kid, and I'm not gonna. I got to stop trying to turn him into something I want him to be, and let him be him, and love him for it and respect him for it anyway. And so that was the biggest change, and that. But it took him a while to trust me on that too, because. But the thing is like. And this is Josh. Josh is the way his mind works. But I mean, I wasn't a mean, horrible parent who just all the time. But in Josh's mind, any rule, brush your teeth. When you get up in the morning, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you put on clean clothes, you make your bed. That's a rule. And in Josh's mind, I remember in your clip, I saw a couple of his older videos when he said, "I'm so pissed at my dad right now." And those were literally fights about like, you need to brush your teeth. I mean, it was literally, that's what those fights were. It was so silly. And I've seen big improvements in Josh. Like now he showers every day.
Well, I don't shower every day, but I shower more.
But if he's going out,
Wait, what? Wait. What? Like, why would Josh say that? Like, what? Like, Clint was like being a like good father. It's like, oh, my son showers every day, and then Josh is like, no, I don't. Wait, no, I don't. Normie, I don't shower, Dad.
if he's going to leave the apartment for any reason, he make sure he showers first. He takes and he started doing his laundry. Oh my God. Because he would never do laundry either. And when he first moved out, I would go clean his place because I'm a clean fanatic anyway, and it was so gross.
He's a neat freak.
And so and plus, it's like I got to teach him, So I go, come on, man, let's go, let's clean this place. And then of course, so then he wouldn't let me in his house because I kept trying to again control him, and also he didn't want to live like that. But it took a while, and after he got kicked out of that last apartment for it, that was a huge eye opener for him. And as you mentioned, his new apartment's covered in dust because he's wood turning all the time. But he keeps it clean. He vacuums regular. He cleans the kitchen. He empties the trash. There doesn't smell in there at all. Thank God. You're not afraid to sit down because you're going to stick to something.
Oh shit.
That old apartment got pretty gross.
The old apartment wasn't that bad.
In your opinion, that's because the lighting was horrible.
Okay, so I wanted to mention something too. I'm curious on what time this was at, like in the day, because like it looks like it's like, I can't tell if it's like a window behind him. Oh wait, that isn't a window. That's like a whiteboard. Never mind. But like, oh, there's no like natural light, so I can't fucking tell. But I'm just curious, like if like Josh was like really hungover doing this too. But like, why is Josh fucking here? Because like so like normally I would have said, well, if Josh is there, then like Clint is gonna like pull his punches and not be 100% honest. But since Clint is a narcissist and he only cares about himself and how this will make him look, that he completely just ignores Josh's feelings and emotions and just like keeps on talking. Like it doesn't matter. Oh shit.
And becoming more self-reflective. But I think it's also respectable that you have felt that same growth and learned to, both better your relationship. This is pretty inspiring. I'm going to be honest.
Well, it's just parenting,
Yeah.
And the people on the outside, they don't. It's easy to, and one thing when you have a challenge, when you raise a child with challenges, you're judged every second of every day. When I was coaching Special Olympics, that was one thing I noticed all the parents had in common, was the way people look at them, the way they treat them, because your kid's weird, your kid's different. So what did you do wrong? You must be a bad parent because your kid's acting weird. And so it's very easy to blame parents, and to this day, and I'm guilty of it. If I'm in a store and I see a kid throwing a fit, I think somebody needs to swat that kid's ass. I don't think
that's the problem with today's youth. You're not allowed to spank them.
That's retarded. I'm sorry if chat. I'm assuming some might disagree with me, but I think that mindset's retarded.
I don't think. Oh my God, that kid probably has autism, and is having a moment right now because of sensory overload, because that's usually what's happening. I think that kid needs discipline, and I'm guilty of it myself. So but my whole life, his whole life, everywhere you go, you're judged, and I don't know. I think a lot of these major trolls, I think that they think they can hurt me in some way by calling me names, but it's like, dude,
I've been bullied my entire life. What the fuck else are they going to say to me?
Well, oh my God, it can't. It's surreal. That whole topic is surreal. And the other thing we started talking about, things got way off track. Sorry. You were mentioning, people don't see us together. Well, that's because both me and also as Josh's wishes, it's his thing. And there was a while when he was doing Facebook Live stuff, I'd always log in to watch him and chat with them. But I noticed all the people in the chat would see me and start instantly messaging me and trying to talk to me. And say, no, I don't want to take away from his thing. This is his thing, not mine. So I didn't want to, be that, a distraction. And so I just decided that I need to never, ever be visible in his YouTube life because of that, because it's his thing, not mine.
Someone in chat says, look at how square Josh's head is. Yeah, I think I've said before that he looks like Minecraft Steve sometimes, dude.
And I didn't know that was going to be a harmful thing to us because of the community that watches him. Yeah, this is where I get so frustrated, because they don't look at him as a human being. They look at him as their toy. And I mean, even some teasing, and you mentioned this in your documentary as well, some of the good natured teasing. And this was hard for Josh because I'm a teaser. And he has Asperger's, and Asperger's take everything very literal. And it took, I won't tell you some of this shit I put this poor kid through when he was little, because I, dad stories. Do you know you were an alien? I convinced him he was an alien once, and used my Photoshop skills to literally make it real. And he was so traumatized. I thought it was so damn funny, but he was so traumatized. Even now, look at the look on his face. He's like, really? You're going to bring that up? It was, and then.
Okay. Clint was he was the original troll, okay? Clint is the master. Oh, dude, okay. This is obviously a joke, but what if Clint sees Josh as some abstract public art piece? The fact that Josh is a lolcow, the fact that we all laugh at him, that was Clint's plan all along. Now I understand.
And later, when I found out, that he had Asperger's and that he took everything very little, I was like, oh shit, I'm a horrible parent, man. I can't believe I did that to this kid. So he had the wrong dad to have Asperger's. And so he's always been teased. He's always been harassed because he's different,
Rejected by every chick.
Oh my God. Every day is his life. From the time he was in grade school, I've had to, and I have no idea how hard this is as a parent. to watch your kid go through this every single day. I mean, every day. It's not even a little bit. And it gets so bad that you've got to go to the school to intervene. And he's just like a target. He has this giant neon sign that says,
"Oh, I thought that was me, but that was your favorite son." I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought that notification was on my PC.
And I don't know why. But even then, there's a line. And these trolls on the internet go far beyond picking on him. They do everything they can to hurt him. Okay, he can't mention a single person's name on his YouTube channel without them going after them to the point where they get Josh out of their lives because they're like, "I'm sorry, Josh, I love you. You've always been a good person to me, but I can't." And they're throwing him out of his lives. Everybody, they will not allow him to be happy. He's not allowed. They get him kicked out of every place he goes to. He goes to a restaurant and shows up.
Okay. Okay, so now we see the mindset of Clint is that it's not Josh's fault for the fact that like he mentions full names, like oh, I love my friend, like I have a friend, her name is Ellen Knight. Okay, that's number one. Josh live streams and says the name of the place that he goes to. Okay, so now I will admit that I think the people that call those places and get them kicked out, I think they're gay, but also that doesn't mean that it isn't also Josh's fault. You know, like it's mostly on Josh in that point. But like Clint basically just said that like it's all the trolls again, you know?
And they find out he's there. They start bombarding that restaurant nonstop until the restaurant asks him to leave. A lot of these people I know and they're friends of mine, they call me and Clint, "I'm so sorry, but we just can't." But they try to get him fired from every job he gets. They get him kicked out of every establishment he likes to go to. It's insane. And so he can't go out of his apartment without being hazed and harassed. He can't go into any local establishment without them harassing that establishment until they kicked him out. Every person he mentions on his YouTube channel, they do all they can to get them out of his life. They try like hell to get him evicted from his apartment. Is his life not challenging enough? And then they go, "Oh, the decline. We're so worried about the decline. Josh's drinking decline. Gee, I wonder why the fuck he drinks."
Because I enjoy it.
Oh, okay. So now Clint is blaming Josh's alcohol problem on us. All right, listen here, you bald fuck, okay? You are the dude's father. Sure, I admit, we have a small impact on Josh. It really all depends on what you do, but I would admit what we do is weird or whatever, and it has a negative impact on him. Here's the thing, Clint. He could just log off, okay? Like, holy shit. I actually hate this asshole.
I enjoy it. It makes me feel good.
Temporarily. But we won't have that conversation. But it's, and then it's came up in your interview too. It's been so sad to watch the decline. Well, I wonder why he has a decline. Jesus Christ. Anybody that they've done psychological projects with plants where they take the exact same plant and the same pot, same lighting, same everything, but one of them they scream at all day. And it literally stunts its development. A plant. Let's take a human being. A human being. I don't.
Neil Breen?
They've crossed a lot of lines.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back, chat, because I wanna. This is infuriating.
The decline. We're so worried about the decline. Josh's drinking decline. Gee, I wonder why the fuck he drinks.
Because I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it. It makes me feel good.
Temporarily. But we won't have that conversation. But it's, and then it's came up in your interview too. It's been so sad to watch the decline. Well, I wonder why he has a decline. Jesus Christ. Anybody that they've done psychological projects with plants where they take the exact same plant and the same pot, same lighting, same everything, but one of them they scream at all day. And it literally stunts its development. A plant. Let's take a human being. A human being. I don't.
Okay, so Clint just made the argument that the trolls have stunted his development. That's what he just said. Are you out of your fucking mind? I had no idea that Clint was this fucking stupid. I thought, like, look, I knew that he was dumb. I knew that he is the reason on why Josh is fucked up, but Clint is literally 100% the fucking problem. So obviously Josh has, like, learning disabilities, but, like, I'm not gonna, like, count that. The fucking problem is this asshole. Like, this is, like, really eye-opening. Like, this is unbelievable.
They've crossed a lot of lines, to be honest.
I don't get it, man. How miserable does your life have to be that the only fulfillment you get out of it is spending 5-6 hours a day harassing an autistic man?
So I think I kind of want to pose that same question. Do you understand that there's a group of people that do genuinely care about Josh, that may mess with him,
Yes.
may do small things, and then there's the other group of people that.
So there's
three groups: my fans who don't mess with me, and then the other two, like you said. Yeah.
So yeah, there's the fans who just are nice, and then there is a group, and I know some of them, not personally,
No, this isn't live. This isn't live.
but I know I can list online names of some of the people who are genuinely, I think, good-natured teasing, not meaning to harm, not realizing that he does take.
Like Tarman. Yeah, say it, Clint. Like Tarman. Yeah.
And this is something we work on constantly, is separating those, some of the mail things, some of the shit they send in the mail, getting him to understand, hey, that's really kind of funny. No smoke, and getting him to recognize the difference between, the stuff that is funny and not. But then there's, and they are, and even though they intend to be harmless, and I get it, 10 years, man, when you're under that constant bombardment of it, it has a psychological effect on you. But then you've got that group, the ones that I just got so pissed off about, sorry about that, that treat him like a toy. They own him. He's our toy, and we get to do whatever we want with him. I mean, that's what they think. Okay, they don't. This isn't a human being. This is their own reality TV show that they get to manipulate and control. And anybody that's nice to him in this reality TV show is instantly attacked. And another reason I've never.
Well, like, yeah, that is true, but it's like there's a lot of, like, reasons behind that I could spend, like, an hour talking about, but there is, like, a subsection that treat Josh like that, and, like, the main problem is that those sort of people don't see, like mentally ill people or like disabled people as actual humans or whatever. Like Clint is right to a small degree, but it's a very, very small like subsection of people. It isn't the majority of people.
Never done an interview like this because it doesn't matter what I say. When you share this, they're going to take everything I say and twist it, and they're going to turn it, and they're going to turn me into a villain because they need a villain, and I'm their villain. There isn't one of those people that could handle 10 minutes in his life. 10 minutes, let alone 10 years. I made that one post on Facebook the one day about this, talking about how they treat him like he's their own reality TV show and they're producers. And I called them out for a bunch of their shit. They lost their collective shit on the subreddit. I mean, just lost their shit about, oh, fuck. And they were so pissed off and so hurt and upset over one insult.
Oh, yeah, Mac, there's nothing wrong with laughing at mentally ill people. I do that all the time. But
one!
There's, like, a difference between, like, laughing and, like, actually, like, wishing, like, harm on them, you know?
How about one every 10 minutes, every 24 hours for 10 years? One insult. They couldn't last 10 minutes in his life. They're too sensitive. They're too fragile. So, and this is one of the things that I have the highest level of respect for Josh. I mean, he has substance abuse issues, and we talk about it a lot, and he knows how I feel about it. And I'm not going to get into that on camera for his sake, but fuck. But I think if that's all he's got right now, based on the abuse he's taken, and it isn't just a little, man. If these trolls were his parents in his life, he'd have been removed from the home a long time ago. You know what I mean? It's surreal.
Like the worst I do anymore is smoke pot and drink alcohol.
They have like the same like head shape, sort of. Like, I don't know why, but I'm getting like weird sexual incest vibes from this.
What?
You know what? So, anywho,
I haven't touched their duster in several days. I'm quite proud of myself.
Days?
Several weeks,
Thank you.
actually.
Wait. Okay, wait. So like, Clint just like openly admitted, yeah, like I know my son does duster, dude. Like fucking, holy shit. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking like, we finally got confirmation that like Clint's fucking insane. Like he's actually insane in the membrane.
And that's the other thing. Where do you think he gets the shit?
Yeah.
They send it to him.
Yeah.
It's
that guy. I think a lot of people would agree that guy that sent Duster in the mail is like a genuine.
Yeah. I mean, that is true though. Like, fuck that guy who sent the. Wait, he has merch. Ew. This looks like dog shit. Alright, whatever. Oh shit. Sorry, chat.
It's,
Yeah, that guy. I think a lot of people would agree that guy that sent Duster in the mail is like a genuine piece of shit.
I'm still doing it. I intercepted.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I give it to a friend of mine who has a computer business because he's in his business all the time.
Well,
yeah, all the shit they send
where
in the
Duster's going.
find places for it.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends and family, thank you guys for the free shit, the free cat food, the free bird food. I got a buddy who's got bird feeders and he loved that bird seed. So anybody that wants to send him that shit, keep sending it. I got friends and family who love it.
You got friends who need some like wood chips?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got 3 big old boxes of it. The troll sense.
Sweet.
Is that what they were sending you yesterday? Wood chips?
Yeah, that one. Those are wood chips. Yeah, they sent me like 3 of them now.
You know, that's just it. You know, and when I have to obviously tell people in my life about this because I do a lot of charity work and I do a lot of I do a lot of things in the public in my community, and I have to warn them.
Yeah. So Chop is right. So Chop says, "Thank you for letting me know not to send it to his PO box, but right to his door." Yeah, like I didn't even think about that, but yeah, like that's what he just told everyone. That's like he's fucking insane, dude.
I'm like, if you put any of this online, it's gonna get attacked, and you're gonna hear some really nasty shit about me. So just be prepared for it. And when I tell them the situation, everybody has the same response. They sit there with their mouth wide open, and then they go, "Why?" And I think that's kind of the bottom question: is why? And I mean this sincerely. As pissed off as I got a little bit ago, I sincerely hurt for these people. I feel bad for them because I can't imagine, and I tell Josh this all the time, how hard their life has got to be.
I think it's funny. Fuck them.
I know. But when your life is so bad that you have to attack like this nonsense.
What is that face, chat? Like, Josh loves pulling off like the Japanese eyes or whatever.
Stop to make somebody else's life worse than yours, so that you can feel better about yourself, and especially a mentally challenged person.
Oh,
wow!
All right, PogChamp. All right, it's nice to hear. Well, it's nice to hear him admit that Josh is mentally challenged.
I feel bad for them because they have got to really be hurting inside somewhere. There's got to be some disconnect somewhere that really causes them a lot of pain and suffering, and I really sincerely feel bad for them. I would, nothing I knew about it. I did finally track down one of the really nasty trolls who trolls me all the time. I finally tracked him down a couple days ago, and seriously thought about sharing his phone number and his address and his name and his family's phone numbers and addresses and names.
What the fuck is happening? Like,
he's in Massachusetts, and I thought about sharing it all with everybody so that he could, all the true fans of.
So, I do know that there is one person that trolls Clint pretty hard nonstop, but like I think that they covered their ass pretty well though.
Josh could just bombard.
Clint's lying though. Like, this is a lie.
The shit out of him and his family and see how long they last. But obviously, like I said, he's hurting enough. It's guys.
No, don't stoop to their level, man. They dox me all the time.
Well, not only that, but like I said, this guy, to do what he does to us and say the things he says to us, and the nonstop. He'll call me 5-6 times a day. I never answer the phone, and he'll finally leave a voicemail, which I don't listen to. I just delete them. But it's like he's obviously got a hard life.
What's up, G? Yeah, this is bizarre to actually this just confirms all of our opinions on Clint. This confirms everything.
Life, he's obviously missing something there, so I don't want to make it worse, and I definitely don't want to put his family through that.
Well, that's you.
Yeah, I didn't share the number with Josh.
What can the collective good people that want to help Josh, that aren't sending
yes, this is new. This came out like an hour ago.
Aren't sending him duster, stuff like that, not getting him swatted.
Oh, not necessarily a bad thing. It's the duster that's the bad thing.
Yeah, but these people, what can they do to help him? What do you think would be the best assistance?
What are these shitty ass questions? And also, don't just sound like you're fucking half asleep. Okay, he can't interview worth dog shit. And I have a speech impediment, and I sound like a retard. But I can guarantee you that I could interview way better than this guy can.
Well, and the thing is, and I've seen a lot of very genuine people out there who do truly like Josh and care about him. And that always makes my heart really happy. And I'm very appreciative of it. And so is Josh. There's good people out there. And Josh, and that's the thing that I think makes it the hardest with the hard trolling is he is such a good person. You met him. He is very genuine. He is very kind. I have never seen him walk into a building without stopping and holding the door for the person behind him, ever. And he's kind of scary looking, so people are often like, oh, but he just smiles. Animals, good God, animals just love him. Everywhere we go, dogs just even mean dogs, they'll just right to Josh and calm down. He's a very giving person. The first time when he got his first apartment, this was so many years ago, but he kept getting in trouble because he kept letting homeless people sleep there. I don't know if you remember those videos or not. And I talked to him like, man, you can't do this. He's like, but Dad, these people are cold. They got nowhere to go. What are they going to do? Sleep on the street? And this is the type of person he is. He's a loving, caring, giving.
So, I always said that too, but that was Josh's only good quality, but it was also like a negative because he was like a pushover or whatever, and just kind of let them use him because he was nice. But yeah,
person who's just genuine and different. And I know he's different, and it's okay to be different, man. But it's just the contrast between that and these horrible people is, wow, it's just night and day. But the good people, I don't know. I don't know what they do to help them. The thing is, and Josh isn't going to like this, but Josh has got to help himself. Any type of change. If anybody has ever quit smoking, quit any habit, it's hard. And it takes a whole lot of willpower, and it takes a whole lot of desire and work to change in any capacity. Because personal change is hard. We are creatures of habit. And that's where a lot of these trolls are. This is their daily habit. They get up in the morning and troll Josh. Got my laugh for the minute, or whatever it is.
Fucking true.
It is, but it's a habit. And if Josh is going to change, he's got to want to change, because it's too much work. Nobody can do it for him. And it's the same thing with alcohol. He's got to want to stop it. And I think there's parts of him that want to have it.
I don't want to stop drinking alcohol, but I do want to cut down on it. And I've been making a solid effort on that.
Yes, you have. And that's where he's at. And
so from my initial impressions out of this is that Clint seems like he's beaten down. So Clint seems to realize, and Clint even said that, I can't tell Josh what to do, because that's basically telling him to do it, right? So, Clint's... It's actually very weird to, see Clint and Josh, talk about his, drinking problem. Because, Josh just... Josh just said that he's not going to quit drinking, but he's going to slow down. And, Clint just, looked at him and, nodded his head. And it's it's fucking depressing, actually.
And that's what it takes, is it's got to come from somewhere within. And I think the last year's holiday break where he ended up in the jail was a real eye-opener for him. And then his friend, who struggles a lot with his health right now because of things like smoking and alcohol.
Walt doesn't drink.
Right. But the smoking.
Yeah, he's a heavy smoker.
And he sees that, and it's starting to become more real.
So we'll look forward to when I get older.
And the thing with Josh is,
I smoke weed, so I'm not worried about the consequences of tobacco.
He's not gonna change.
I smoke weed, so I'm not worried about the what the fuck does that mean? Wait, so Josh thinks that weed is this magical herb that will 100% cure cancer. If you have bad back pain, smoke one joint and your back pain goes away forever. Josh is the biggest idiot on the face of the planet Earth.
He has been this way since he was 2. And as his own dad, I had to get to the point where it was accepted. I had to accept it. There's one of his disorders, and this is very common with people who have eating disorders, is a self-loathing. And, people with eating disorders are often very misjudged as being very vain. So
wait, what was that? Wait.
Dad, I had to get to the point where it was accepted. I had to accept it. There's one of his disorders, and this is very common with people who have eating disorders, is a self-loathing. And, people with eating disorders are often very misjudged as being very vain. It's all about their figure, whatever. And that isn't the case. A lot of people with eating disorders, they literally don't like themselves. And they feel the need to there's this voice in their head that is always reminding them how terrible they are, what a piece of shit they are, how they're not worth anything.
There is no way that Clint is saying that Josh has an eating disorder. There's no way in hell.
And Josh struggles with that a lot. And not even the trolls aside, he struggles with that a lot as a human being, because that voice is in his head and it has been his whole life. And it's so hard for him to accept praise. It's very hard for him to accept good things. I've watched him over and over.
Josh literally got every single thing from Clint. He got every single thing. Like, this is fucking mind blowing.
Or have something really good in his life happen that could be really great, and he will start to feel good, and it's instant. Nope. Fuck you, fuck this, and he just will shut it down, and he will eliminate the good thing because he doesn't feel he's worthy of it. Even things like wands. If every wand he'd ever snapped was sold,
gaslighting. I was gonna bring that up, Nam, where it's like I hate that word, but like we'll use the term gaslighting. It's like way overused, but whatever. Where like since Josh doesn't really have a mind of his own, and like Clint seems like he can be pretty stern, it seems to me like Clint just assumes these things based on like an article or something about said subject, and he's like, oh, Josh has that, and then Clint has a conversation with Josh that's like, hey bud, you have this, and like this is your new cope, basically. That's what it seems. But
awesome freaking wand, and you're like, oh my god, that is cool as shit. No, it's not. Fuck this. Snaps it in half and throws it away. And he does that with. That's a great. Then the wands are a metaphor to real things in his life as well. Big Ben, Big Ben. He's and people with Asperger's, as you probably noticed with Josh, he focuses on things: the color black, the color green, snakes, cobras. Big Ben.
No, I won't go on the rants again, but I don't think that Josh is actually autistic. Like, and like, just by Clint saying that, like, I think I mentioned is that most people just assume Josh has autism because they know the base layer information about the subject through media, through memes, whatever, right? But like, it's so stupid, dude.
Bell towers.
Clock towers, yeah.
These are things that have guns. These are things that he's been this way. This has been this way since he was 2 or 3 years old. When he was 4, he could tell you everything about Big Ben. They don't change. And very much need a routine, and they need that routine to stay the same. You experienced it yourself. I was laughing out loud at you. Sorry, when you were waiting outside of his apartment. Welcome to my world, man. Josh, I'm going to be there at 9. I call him at 8. I'm being there at 9. Okay. I show up at 8:30. You ready? Yep. No, I'm just getting in the shower. When you just get in the shower, it'll be.
Wait, show up at. Wait, I'll be there at 9. I show up at 8:30. Are you ready? No. Yeah, I could. Yeah, because you said 9, not 8:30. You dipshit.
Like, I call him at 8:45. I call him at 9. At 9:10, I'm knocking on his door. He won't let me in his apartment when I'm like this because he knows he's going to get
I'm an idiot. I thought Clint showed up. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Sure. So he won't.
I'm getting out of the shower with the towel wrapped around my waist.
He won't open the door. And I'm like, dude, we got to go. Stop rushing me. And the more I rush him, the slower he goes. And literally 11 is when he'll finally come out and we leave. And I just sit in his parking lot. But he's that way, but he has this routine. And if that routine is not followed, every single part of that routine, he can't leave the house. And if you try to hurry him, then he rushes, and then he just doesn't function then. And then I can't think, and things are wrong. My routine's off. This doesn't feel right. That's not right.
I don't know about that. I think he's just a drunk idiot. Like, I don't think Josh has like OCD or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know about that.
And also with the autism, being in busy places, being in noisy places, so traveling causes a ton of anxiety. But I really want to take him to see Big Ben, and it's been on our list for years. And he's so back and forth. One day it's like, yeah, let's go, and then okay, let's do it. And then I'll start to book it, and he's like, no, forget it. I ain't going. And part of that comes from the anxiety that comes with the change in the routine. And then another part of that is just he doesn't think he deserves it. I don't deserve that. I'm not good enough for that. Fuck that. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't need it. And then he convinces himself that he doesn't want it. And he does this with.
I've seen Big Ben 100 times on YouTube. I've seen the inside of it, so it wouldn't change anything seeing it in real life.
Okay, so like that. So I think I've had a discussion about this before. Is that Josh like so Josh doesn't actually really like anything. Like Josh has no real like it's like Josh like there is a difference between like watching a video and then like going in person and being able to like touch the stone or the marble or whatever and like appreciate it that way. I don't fucking know. Like well like Josh truly doesn't have any actual hobbies. He isn't like he'll have like so he has certain things about his personality, okay? Whenever he had his long hair, he really liked the long hair because he associated that with like a metal dude. Same thing with the guitar or like whenever he said that whenever he says that he's goth, for example, even though realistically Josh has no idea about like the gothic subculture at all. He doesn't even listen to the music. He has no idea what being goth is about. But he takes all of these really like neat things and like puts up like a mask or like a wall for his like personality because Josh has no actual personality at all. He's like a mentally stunted like 13-year-old and it's been getting worse as well, but yeah. But anyway.
It would.
No, it wouldn't.
And then next time we'll make plans to go again. and but this is so in terms of that was a really, really long-winded explanation to try to answer your question. But there's really nothing they can do to help him. I think the biggest thing they can do to help is somehow try to stop the trolls. The people who literally won't let him have a life, who constantly, and thank God for his landlord. Oh man, what a great guy.
My landlord's awesome.
He is awesome.
He's actually a fan of my videos.
And he watches Josh's videos. He tells me all the time, Clint, don't worry. There ain't a thing they're going to fucking say that's going to make me, we know the situation. We know who they are.
Yeah, I know G just said in my chat that like Clint looks younger than Josh. And he definitely does.
We know what goes on. I watch his videos. He's good. All his neighbors love him.
Chop says, I think Clint wasn't an abusive father when Josh was little. I do agree with you, but I don't think that like he like hit Josh like really hard or anything. But I do think that Clint lost his cool a lot and like degraded Josh and like possibly like yelled at him for like a significant amount of time. God damn it. Which like I consider that to be like slight abuse or whatever. But
because he's so nice, and all the neighbors like, you want to go visit him. His neighbors like, hi Josh. They're always talking to him.
Yeah, Inferno. It wasn't physical. It was more like mental. Yeah.
They love to hang out with them.
It's because their dogs love me. I go outside to have a cigarette, and their dog just comes outside.
Their dogs just gotta see it. When they went to the Metro to file the report about Puff,
dog there named Rocket.
Dogs, and they were just, But anyways, yeah. So it's just supporting him in terms of let him know, hey, you're okay, man. And you got a lot of people who really believe in you, and
I think you had mentioned the Christmas Eve event. Would you mind talking about what happened there?
Okay, so like, let me look at the comments really quick. Actually, I'm just curious because like this literally came out like 1 hour ago. Oh my god, I fucking hate how YouTube doesn't update that shit right away. Fucking A. Is there a date for the recording? Okay, okay. I'm an idiot. I should have just looked here. Okay, so this. Okay, that make because I was curious in when this was recorded. Okay. It took him a while because like I know whenever he was like before he even like filmed the documentary and I was like talking to the guy, he said that he sent Clint like several emails or whatever. So like it took him a few months to get him to
not
agree.
really. Josh just was. Josh has a really hard time with holidays too, because he doesn't have enough shit to deal with. He also has severe holiday seasonal depression.
What?
And as we all know,
why? No, see, here's the thing. Like, Clint's an idiot. Like, Clint will just like diagnose Josh just like right off the bat. Doesn't even matter. He'll just immediately diagnose him. So like, well, hang on. What the fuck is like seasonal Christmas depression? Okay, I believe that sort of thing can exist for a person that has a life, that has a job, that has a family. Maybe they can't afford a Christmas tree or whatever. And since as a society we put like, we put Christmas and the holidays in like high regard, So like there is a certain pressure to provide that for your family. I can understand like a normal person like that having something like that, but Josh doesn't like that's so it's so irritating.
Josh drinks to cope. He self-medicates with alcohol. And
yeah. So the guy's channel is your favorite son, by the way, chat.
It was one of those things. I've been waiting in his parking lot for 2.5 hours because we were trying to leave town. When he finally came out, he was just so drunk. And then I called him out on it in the vehicle, and I called him out on it, and then he started getting really pissed off. He got sick. And then after he got sick, he just started being very belligerent and very angry because I was lecturing him about it. And I wasn't even using a lecturing tone. I was just trying to talk to him. And unbeknownst to me, he had another pint of Jack in his pocket, and he gets it out and starts chugging it.
Oh, okay, wait, hang on. Let me back up a bit. I'm sorry, I was like zoning out a bit. Okay, so now we're actually gonna get the full story of what happened. Okay.
He got sick, and then after he got sick, he just started being very belligerent and very angry because I was lecturing him about it, and I wasn't even using a lecturing tone. I was just trying to talk to him. And unbeknownst to me, he had another pint of Jack in his pocket, and he gets it out and starts chugging it. And we get to a mini mart and we're getting gas, and he gets out and he's in the parking lot just screaming at the top of his lungs and drinking and slamming this and walking around the parking lot doing, how he rants. He's doing one of his rants in the middle of the parking lot with a bottle of booze in his hands, and called the cops. He's disturbing the peace and public intoxication. And the cop's like, "What do you want me to do with him?" I said, "Take him to jail, man."
Wait, so you're basically saying that you didn't have to call the cops. Like, you didn't have to. But you called the cops. The cop was like, what do you want me to do, dude? This is your son, basically. And Clint was like, well, take him away, boys, and fucking left. What an amazing father. What a piece of shit.
I'm serious. You got to be held responsible for that. And what he was doing is not okay and it's not acceptable and he needs to be held responsible for it. So the cop's like, you sure you don't want to help him? I said, no, you take him to the tank. I'm not going to take him home and babysit him. He needs, somebody called the cops on him. You need to take care of it. He needs to be held responsible for his actions.
See, so I get why Clint views it that way. I can understand that mindset, but it's a little bit hypocritical because earlier on, Clint said that I can't punish Josh like a regular kid. I can't tell him what to do because he'll just do it. You say that, but then you like call the cops to try and like teach Josh a lesson. It's a little that doesn't make sense.
And I'm glad it happened, to be honest with you, because it was a wake up call for him. He certainly still struggles, obviously, with the dependency, but he is aware. It did make him aware because he didn't remember any of it, and he didn't. And he's like, I did what? Things he was saying. Oh my God! It was the stuff that was coming out of his mouth was just so vile. And so much anger, and it just wouldn't stop, and he just would not stop, and he could not redirect them. He just would not.
You're just a pussy. That like you're a pussy, Clint. Like, if you actually get upset whenever Josh is like, oh, I fucking hate femoids and I want to hurt people. If you actually get upset by that, you're the biggest pussy in the world.
Redirect. And when I told him about what he did, he felt really horrible. And he said, okay. And that's when he agreed to start getting counseling. And that's been.
He's been going to counseling?
We haven't gone for like a month now because I'm in my busy season right now. And I'm his normal ride for stuff. So where I'm in busy season, I haven't been able to. I'm just can't.
Okay. So you bring up a good point, Weston, that he is married to a feminist, and he could be like whipped or whatever.
The end of this month is when I get back to a normal schedule. But for my particular business, October to Christmas is it's 20 hours a day. It's just insane.
People criticize you a lot for not taking care of Josh enough or not being there enough.
What's up, Dank Elf? Okay, so, all right. Well, finally, wait, is that Berserk in the background? Or was that Gantz in the? I can't tell what manga. Or whatever.
What level do you think you're actually responsible for Josh as a human being?
Here we go. Oh, okay, fucking fantastic. It's my fault anyway because I'm lazy. Oh, Pog, a black guy, PogChamp.
Well, that's a great question.
Okay, so I think we're on like the what? We're on like the fourth or like fifth question, right?
Legally, none. He's an adult. He's lived on his own for 12 years. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? Ground him? Take away his phone? Spank him?
What's this about legally?
So in terms of what I am able to do, nothing. Okay. There's this huge movement to Clint needs to put him in a home. I don't have that capability. I don't have the right. I can't, he's not a child. I can't just say, well, go put him in a home. And I have friends who still work I told you I worked in the field for 10 years. And I have friends who still work in the field. And I talk to them about that stuff. And I say, nothing you can do, man. It's literally nothing you can do. And not only that, but I wouldn't want to put him in a home because.
Oh, here we go, you Jewish bald fuck. Yeah, the reason on why you don't want to shove him in a home because it fucking costs you money, probably.
I know it would kill him.
What? Wait, how would putting him in a home kill him? That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
At the same time, in terms of what level do I feel responsible for him? I'm his dad. I love him, and I care about him. And so I am, when he needs me, I'm there. Always. And I get criticized for that too. There's no win. There's no win. Like I said, these people want a villain, and there is no win. And whenever you have a unique person like Josh too, everybody wants to know why.
Are you anti-Jew? No, dude. I love the Jews. The Jews are great.
What's wrong with them?
They are amazing. I love the Jews.
They get that way. Well, it must be his parents, and that is a common response.
It's because I'm unique doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me, though.
Exactly.
I've gotten tons of text messages of people pretending to be you, saying, "This is your father, Clint. You're grounded for making videos and drinking, boy. Better not go lie."
Oh my God. So, but in terms of being responsible for him, he's my kid. I'm always going to be responsible for him. But as I said, he's an adult that lives on his own. And if I want to be in his life, there's a line that I can't cross, or I get banned from his life. So I play on the edge of that line all the time, but I can't cross it. And I shouldn't cross it. He's an adult, and to be honest with you, with the level of mental illnesses that he has, most people at that level are homeless or they're in homes. And does Josh take good care of himself? No. But does he survive on his own? Yes. And for that, I'm proud of him. And especially with the level of harassment he gets. Imagine, and I can't help it, especially imagine what his life would be if he wasn't trolled so hard. How much stronger, because I can't imagine any human being going through that. Nonstop abuse 24 hours a day.
Oh, God. There's too much to respond to. I feel overwhelmed with the stupidity of it's coming out of his mouth.
Name any human being that could live through that and be okay. None. And except one. And no, he's not okay. But he's so much more okay than anybody else would be in that situation.
I think you brought up an interesting point. Imagining what Josh would be like if he didn't have to get trolled all the time. And I want to ask you, are there some times where you wish that Josh didn't do YouTube or that he didn't ever start doing YouTube?
Yeah, so that's another really tough question. Selfishly, yeah, I wish he never would have started because of what I see him go through every day. But the good parts of it, this is what he does. It's his thing. It gives him joy. He has some very, very toxic daily habits and relationships because of it that are very frustrating, but it's what gives him joy. It's what makes him happy. It's what he does. It's his thing. And he loves doing it. And Josh has always been seriously funny. He's just always been funny. There's jokes. There's jokes, and there's dad jokes, and then there's Josh jokes. and he's always had Josh jokes his whole life. Even when he was a little kid, he'd had Josh jokes all the time. And he used to come to work with me all day because I was coaching, so he'd come hang out in the gym all day. I was a single parent of Josh.
I've thought to myself, who actually likes Josh's humor? Who actually encourages this? Now we know. It's literally all Clint. Every single thing we bitch about is his fault.
For several years, and we just hang out all the time. We'd get up every morning and have breakfast and watch Disney cartoons, and then this is why, by the way, his obsession with pipes, smoking pipes, that comes from 101 Dalmatians.
From Roger, yeah.
The shotgun, where's that obsession come from?
Tombstone,
and also Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
A lot of his Big Ben, that fascination started with 101 Dalmatians as well. So a lot of his obsessions today literally came from Disney movies that we used to watch when he was little. And then we'd hang out all day together and we'd go to work and he'd hang out in the
So, Clint, that's the thing. Like, I don't think that it's the autism that makes him do that. What I associate Josh's like nostalgic cope as literal cope is that Josh fondly remembers being a kid and being happy, and he associates all of those movies and all that media around a certain era, a certain time in his life when he was happy with his dad and with his situation. That's why he likes that stuff, not because he's like extremely autistic or whatever.
gym with all the kids. And everybody loved Josh, and Josh would entertain him and tell jokes. Even at the age of 3, he was telling silly jokes. He used to get the bubblegum paper, and the people would buy him joke books for Christmas, because they know he loved to tell jokes. And then his concoctions, his food and drink concoctions, good Lord, the stuff that I've seen that kid put in his mouth. And the thing is, and he always loves it. And everybody else is like, oh, don't. And he's like, he's having food gasms all over the place. And everybody else is like, oh my God, he's digesting that, And,
I got a Josh joke. It's really bad. What do a funeral director and a mortician use to keep the fire warm during the holidays? A eulogy log.
oh my God. There's jokes, and there's dad jokes, and there's Josh jokes. So anyways, so but this is what he gives him joy. And that's another one that the people accuse him of constantly e-begging.
How is it e-begging when I just sit there and people give me money? I don't even ask for it.
And they're always like, you must be proud of yourself. Kids e-begging all the time. And I'm like, well, he entertains you 24 hours a day. He should be paid for it. Yeah, how much money do you guys make on merch?
Wait, so Clint, yeah, but Clint, but Josh, wastes all of the money on booze.
Off of him.
There's no way that Clint isn't gonna mention that. Or he's just gonna ignore it.
Stealing my ideas.
How much money does he?
Front of my business.
How much money does he get from those merch sales that go on constantly?
None. Troll t-shirts. The trolls make fun of me and steal my likeness.
No, there have been.
I don't get jack from those sales.
The guy that made his logo for his one business, he used to always. I don't know if he still does, but he would send gift cards to Home Depot and stuff like that to help Josh out with proceeds that he made from selling merch, and I thought that was really cool. He'd send him materials or gift cards and things like that. Because, and not only that, but he was so kind, to make that logo for Josh, and it's such a kick-ass logo.
I love my logo.
I'm looking at his sticker. I've got his stickers all over down.
Oh God, that's weird. That's a cool little fact, though.
So,
God, I fucking hate this background. It's so the most fucking goyiest shit in the world. What even are those statues?
It's and so that he was a really cool guy, and there's a lot of those guys out there.
So I think that leads into the next question that I had naturally, which is, do you think collectively that YouTube has been a bad or a good influence on Josh? Do those goods in your mind outweigh the bads?
They used to, because there's a lot more of it. But the really nasty trolls have been getting stronger and bigger. And they get their, I don't know what it is. They get their 5 minutes of fame out of it or what. They get their dopamine rush every day from going to the subreddit, I guess, and posting something totally vile and getting a lot of likes on it.
Fucking true.
So that's a good question. That's hard. It used to. I don't think it does anymore. The substance abuse, and of course they'll blame me for it. Yeah. Don't know how we worked that one out either.
You're such a. Now I know where Josh gets his smugness from. Because you are smug for no. Like, I don't know why you're laughing at us when you just showed us why you're the problem. The whole 55 fucking minutes, you've proved us. Like, you proved that we're all right.
But, and at the same time, I get it. If I had to live a day in his shoes, I'd be drinking all day too. I really would. I could not be him. I get trolled a tenth as much as he does. And I just, and I don't even read them. That's the other thing. So I'm not even taking the mental abuse. I'm just annoyed as fuck. You know, he's got that mental abuse to go with the annoyance nonstop all day long.
Okay,
It's
so
Aspen Dental's anniversary.
fucking amazing. Fucking A. Okay, so like, I wanted to talk about. Okay, I don't understand Clint's fucking mindset. Like, I unironically don't understand how you can not realize that you're the fucking problem. Like, Clint is one of the biggest narcissists that I've seen in like a long ass time. Like, and like, even the fact that he's doing this interview, like, and like, this dude has like asked him like 5 or 6 questions, and it's already been an hour of Clint just like saying how much he's tried or whatever. Like, holy fucking shit. Oh, my bad.
And so for that, no, I wish those people would go away. You know what I mean? And they won't. They thrive off of this. That's where the word trolls come from. They're slimy, stinky, small-brained little people who live under a bridge and torment good people. That's
They're in their mama's basement.
what a troll is.
Fucking
you
true.
know? And so no, I don't. The good that's come out of it, you know, like when we were on over Thanksgiving, you know, we went and visited my family, and you know, we always do for Thanksgiving, go visit family. And he everywhere we went, people would see him and go, "Hey, can I get a selfie? Can I get a selfie with you?" You know, some real fans that he ran into. It was really cool. And made him feel really good. And, you know, he's a rock star. You know, we're in the Denver airport and people are taking selfies with Josh.
And I haven't gone on tour yet, so I can't call myself a rock star.
So when I see that stuff, I'm always like, oh, man, that's awesome. You know, and I appreciate those people. When I see people like the guy that made his logo, you know, reaching out, and when I see people sending him little gift packages of his favorite jerkies and stuff like that, you know, I mean, that's just very thoughtful, you know.
Okay, so Soka in my chat says, what are people supposed to be fans of exactly? And you make a great point that, like, I don't think Clint understands that, like, Josh's only redeeming quality is the fact that he's regarded, because, like, that's what he's known for. Like, people don't watch him for his food hacks. We don't watch him for his drink combos. We don't watch him for, like, we don't, like, dude, like, most of the trolls that have bought those wands, they think, like, the wands look like shit, but they want them because the wands are regarded, okay? And it's, like, something, like, neat to have, I guess. It's, like, memorabilia, you know?
The people go, oh, you know, I Josh loves his jerky, so I'm going to send him some. I mean, that's just really cool. You know, the people are thoughtful like that. And so when I see those things, yeah, and I just know how much he loves it. You know, it's just, you know, he always tells me when he's doing a new food hack, I always get a text message or a phone call to tell me about it. And so it's always, you know, it gives him great joy to do the stuff he's doing. But I also see the hurt, and I see the nonstop hurt, and I see the nonstop alcohol abuse because of the hurt. And I get, yeah, and then I don't.
It's not abuse if it's in your stomach.
You know, talking about a lot of this stuff. What do you think is one thing that people that watch him don't know about him?
That's what, man.
What the fuck are these questions? God, this guy sucks big old donkey balls.
I think the one thing they don't know I think the one thing none of them realized, the good people in or the trolls, is how close his family is to him. I think when they see his lifestyle, they assume that his family's abandoned him and that he's on his own. But like I said, we're in contact sometimes every day, a minimum of 3 times a week. And
I doubt
whenever
that.
we have any type of family things, he's always involved. His sister takes care of him, helps him out when she can. Everybody loves
That sounds like a bunch of BS.
him, and everybody's there for him always. His family's very, very supportive of him, and they're very involved in his life, even though none of us, we all choose not to be in his online life, because again, that's his thing. We don't want to invade on that. That's his thing, and we don't want to take away from that. We want him to be able to have that on his own without interference. And the only reason I'm finally doing this interview is just because it's just gotten so out of hand. Some of the theories and some of the behaviors, in my opinion, are getting dangerous.
Because my trolls don't have a family like us.
Because I've had death threats on my kids, on my daughters. I've had people threaten to kill my daughters because I'm such a piece of shit parent, and nobody.
I'm pretty sure that people have said way worse than that about your daughters. And like, that's the kind of thing, is that I have like a small amount, not even sympathy, but yeah, that kind of thing's gay. That's fucking retarded. But like,
nobody gives a shit about Josh, so they're gonna kill our entire family to teach us a lesson.
Like, I don't doubt that. Like, I'm sure that's happened. Like.
What the fuck? we are a very loving family, and we're very close. So to hear talk like that, and one of these days, this shit that they keep making up and spewing all over the subreddit, there's going to be some crazy person that decides they need to take action. That's my fear. Eventually, some crazy ass person is going to think that the shit that they're hearing is real and decide they need to take action. And we're going to end up on some late night drama television show, where they're going to be watching this to find out how Clint died. It's surreal, man.
Because Clint, after this, look, if it happens soon, because like I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this fucking forever, but like, Clint, I promise you, whenever you die, I'm gonna do a Clint stream on the day you die. That's a promise.
When does it end? And where does this go? There's nowhere good for it to go in terms of the really intense trolling and the crazy stories that keep coming out. There's nowhere good for those to go. And after this, you're not going to see me in Josh's YouTube channels. Okay, that's Josh's thing, and it needs to be his thing, and I will stay out of it. But I just, like I said, it's, in my opinion, it's getting dangerous. And so I felt it was finally time to say something. And like I said, those guys are going to twist it all anyway, so it really doesn't matter what I say. Josh especially could win the lottery.
We're smoking on that Clint pack, dude. Clint is our op, dude. Holy shit.
And literally cure cancer with it, and then the trolls would attack him for it and everybody who took the cancer treatment.
I think some people think that you are Josh's guardian, that you have like some sort of legal control over him or something.
No.
That's not the case.
When it's common, and this came up to us, this is, in my opinion, a mistake, and also not a mistake that I made with Josh. When they're minors and they're about to become adults, typically, if you've got a minor with disabilities of any kind, you go through a paperwork process where you become their guardian and have custody of them even as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a common thing.
Yes.
And we sat down with Josh and the whole family when that time kind of came up when he was 17, and decided he already had such issues of control, and especially with the idea that we control him and constantly tell him how to live his life, brush your teeth, things like that. So we decided collectively that I was really, really hoping that if we didn't do that to him, it would be a sign to him that we respect him and trust him. And I was hoping that he would then rise up to that, if that makes sense. Where I really felt.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I did not know this. Like, I didn't know that it was that like Clint made the choice. What a well, like you can tell that Clint regrets his decision. Like, holy shit.
Felt it would be very detrimental to him and our relationship, especially if I then produce paperwork that say, guess what? I'm your legal guardian for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And like I said, there are times when I wish I would have done that because that would have given me legal recourse to help him more, or to, you know, if I wanted to put him in a home. And like I said, I don't want to put him in a home. He would die in a home. It would be terrible for him. At the same
for the staff too.
At the same time, I think it would be very beneficial to him, some of the services that he would get from that. Especially something like detox and some daily counseling.
Yeah, so I think Weston is onto something when like he doesn't want to be held liable. Yeah, like Clint doesn't want the responsibility of like, because like, you know, I'll say this, it probably is like a lot of stress and a lot of like mental confusion to like have a mentally regarded kid. Like, but at the same time, he's still a piece of shit. But
there are certain meds that do help him quite a bit. And I would love to see him go back on those. So there are some things, definitely some areas I think he would function better and could have a more productive, what we call a normal life, if I would have retained his guardianship and forced him to do that stuff.
Normality doesn't exist.
But at the same time, I don't think I could force him to.
Each person's definition of normal is different. Therefore, normal does not exist.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's good to get that cleared up, because I think that's a big misconception.
No, I don't. And like I said, and part of me thinks it was a mistake, and the other part of me is like, I'm glad I didn't, because his personality type, the defiance disorder, would have magnified that times 10. And I think he'd have gone off the deep end. I really do, in terms of anger and hostility and
what. Like, Josh like gives like a creepy like look at his eyes, dude. Like he's so fucking ugly. But like, I don't know why. Like, Josh gets like really smug every single time that Clint mentions that. Oh, like Josh is going on a deep end, or like Josh said some things that upset me, and then like Josh gives this weird like stare.
Just his general behavior.
What are your hopes for Josh's future? What do you envision?
Well, what I would love to see Josh do is I'd love to see him start a YouTube channel that could be monetized, where there's no drugs, alcohol, and swearing on it, and just do his food hacks.
I got my monetization back.
Oh, good. I've even volunteered to buy his food for it. If you just make one meal a day and call it Cooking with the Cobes, and it's one meal a day where you do some crazy food hack and have foodgasms while you eat it on camera sober. And I think a lot.
No, see, like, oh my God, that's literally what I said, is that, like, Josh has been a YouTuber for like 10 plus years, but he has no concept on how to maintain viewers and like actually do YouTube stuff. Like if Josh actually like went out of his way to like come up with like funny titles, make some thumbnails, do episodes. So like with each new food hack video, it could be like episode 304 or whatever the fuck, right? Like, that's way more engaging. But Josh is just lazy. Like, he's just lazy, dude.
A lot of people would watch that. I really do. And I think it could be a very successful venture for him in the YouTube world, both financially and mentally, for him. I think that would be great. I really want to see him continue with the counseling. I hope the counseling gets to a place where he can address some of the issues that he really has dealt with all his life. I think some of these issues come from abandonment issues. I think is where some of the self-loathing comes from, and not feeling worthy or deserving of anything good to happen. I think some of that comes from that, from his biological mom.
Fuck her.
And
Oh,
in her defense, she wasn't mentally okay, I don't think,
Gee, I wonder where I get it from.
she wasn't a horrible person. But after we divorced, she just kind of disappeared one day. And that had a serious effect on him.
Literally keep trying to find her, and it's just like, dude, I didn't ask for it.
it's interesting to hear Clint talk about her like that.
They won't. And not only that, but she doesn't deserve hate. I understand where he feels that, but she certainly doesn't deserve hate from the online world. You know what I mean? She was in a rough place in her own life, and she dealt with it the way that she knew how, and it's very sad and unfortunate, but it is what it is. But anyways, I'd love to see him get help with that. I'd definitely love to see him get help with the substance abuse. I think the more he could get that under control, I think he'd be happier in general. And definitely he's slowly killing himself. And
Living is just a slow way to kill yourself.
And when I bring that stuff up, I get reminded that I want to die anyway.
Well, I don't want to die, but we're all going to die, so you might as well enjoy it.
And then
That's so.
I would love to see, and he needs to get his teeth taken care of. And he finally did set a dentist appointment. Thank you.
No, I did, but then I didn't go to it because I lost Puff.
I know, but he's at least moving that direction.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, I don't know what can be done, to be honest with you. When you don't brush your teeth for 22 years or for 12 years, I don't know that there's any help. But he's finally at least open to going to the dentist and getting it worked on or looked at. So hopefully that'll get fixed.
Wait, does Clint not realize that, like, you have to rip them, like, there's no saving them. You have to rip them, like, you have to rip them all out, dude. Like, Josh doesn't need a dentist. He needs a surgeon to remove his teeth and fix his gums.
His wand business, as you mentioned in your video too, he's sitting on a gold mine. I want his wand business because I would sit home all day and crank out 4 of those things, and he'd make a full-time income. If he cranked out 4 wands a day for what he sells them for, he'd make a very good income.
True. Facts. True.
And I keep trying to tell him, you want to win the lottery to build that dream house, make 4 or 5 wands a day and save the money, and you'll build your dream house.
Fucking true. I want to hear what cope comes out of Josh's mouth.
Make 4 or 5 wands a day and save the money, and you'll build your dream house.
For the money I need, this we gotta include like landscaping and like how many acres I want.
How many?
So he, like, literally, you can't argue with what Clint said. What Clint said was 100% the truth. Like, and he's like, oh, well, it would be a lot of money because I would hire a bunch of Mexicans to do my yard work, and like I need maids, and like it's fucking retarded.
How many followers you got?
80,000.
80,000. 80.
81,000.
1,000 times. So that is, oh wait, let me count the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, $4 million. If every one of your fans bought a wand, that's $4 million. I think he does need counseling. I think he needs counseling to learn how to overcome a lot of the self-abuse, and definitely the alcohol abuse and substance abuse. Yeah, he needs help. But as I mentioned,
I've said this before. I believe let's say if Josh made a batch of like 50 wands, okay? They would, and then he would do it once a month. 50 wands, like, every month. But then halfway through the month, you have a special wand drop. So like in the original batch, they all look the same sort of. But in this like special batch, there's like 15 wands or whatever, but they're all different. They're all like customized with like different themes. If he did that, he could make an amazing like amount of money. He would make a stupid amount of money with that, because like all of like the new people from like TikTok and like Reddit or like Reddit would eat that shit up.
Mentioned very much earlier in this interview, it's got to be self-help. You can't force help on people. In terms of, does he need help in terms of how
so I do agree that they're just sticks. I'm just saying that retards will buy them. That's all I'm saying. That's like all I'm saying.
he lives, other than the substance abuse and the teeth? No. He's just, it's him. And I'm cool with it. You know, it's just who he is. He's going to get up every day and make YouTube videos and rant and cook some crazy ass food and eat it and make some crazy drink combinations and drink them and make wands and play his guitar and
ventriloquism
and be the gothic King Cobra. You know, that's just who he is. And I'm totally okay with those aspects. Like I said, I love Josh, and I'm actually very, very proud of who Josh is. There are some of his choices I'm definitely not okay with and definitely not proud of, and he knows that, and I'm on about it all the time. But I can't change him. Those are, like I said,
Cyborg Swampy says Josh probably thinks once you get the dream house, you don't pay bills, that they are just magically taken care of. Yeah, of course. Like Josh doesn't understand what a bill is. Like he has no clue.
Self-help comes from self-help. It's called self-help for a reason, and change isn't easy.
Because that's also very similar to how Josh doesn't understand that you have to sign up for the lottery. Like Josh just assumes that they take everyone in the whole world, or everyone who like lives in America, and like get all of their names, and like they like randomly choose one. Like that's how he views the lottery.
The other thing, you know, I think we all know somebody in our lives who struggled with substance abuse, and it's a very sad thing to watch them slowly demise into this canyon, and they don't see it, and they don't acknowledge it, and they don't want to see it or acknowledge it. And it's very hard as someone who loves a person in that position to watch it happen and feel so hopeless. And you do what you can, and you love them, and that's it.
What you've talked about this a little bit, but I think what do you think is the best thing about Josh? What is his greatest quality?
Ear raped me. Sorry, chat. Fucking ear rape. Holy shit.
Well, one is kindness. He is seriously just an incredibly compassionate person, especially with animals and older people. He's just so genuine with them, and he's so caring about them, and he's just so good with them.
Oh yeah, I love my senior citizens,
and he always has.
I get along better with senior citizens than I do with most people my own age.
Yeah.
That's a problem. See, Josh, the reason on why you get along with people who are about to die is because they don't have the energy to like call you out on your shit, and they also probably feel bad for you and think that you're a regard.
Without a doubt. And is the fact that shit that he goes through on a daily basis, and he just is unapologetically himself all the time. That takes balls. That is serious respect, because I can't do it. I couldn't be 100% myself all the time. I'd be too terrified of the judgment I would receive.
It's the Aries in me. We Aries don't give a shit.
And I think most people can relate to me a lot more than him. You know, I'm not going to let the whole world.
Yo, what's up, Lindsay?
I'll see my vulnerable little underbelly, you know, and because I don't want to, you know, I'm afraid of being teased or harassed. Not Josh, man. He just puts it all out there. This is me. Take it or leave it.
I could kiss my Asperger's.
I'm not going to change for you. I'm not going to change for them. This is who I am, and I'm going to stay that way. And when people in town sometimes approach me and ask, "Are you Josh's dad?" I'm instantly on the defensive because I want to know if I want to kill him or not. And then I'm like,
I'll help.
and I'm like, "Do you know Josh, or do you just watch his YouTube channel?" That's a little bit contradictory because, like I said, what you see on his YouTube channel is pretty much what you get because he's unapologetically him, but he also does have that persona. The way he is on his channel, he isn't that way 24 hours a day. There are times when he's, much more chill. Like when we play games and stuff like that, he's, you're not seeing that persona. When we're visiting the family. So when we're making wands, but
I think for my last thing, is there anything that you want to say, that you want to get out there, set the record clear, or just final word?
How the fuck was this a goddamn interview? This guy asked him what, chat? Like 6 questions? Like what the fuck?
Kind of thing.
Well, I've already said it all, but if you wanted a summary, the people that are good to Josh, thank you. I seriously appreciate that you care about him. I seriously appreciate that you, in what level you can, try to help him and take care of him and support him. To your severe trolls, I seriously feel bad for you. I wish you could get some help. Because
my trolls need help more than I do, to be honest.
They do. Because they have got to be some seriously miserable people to get joy out of harassing and trying to ruin another person's life, especially an autistic person's life. That's a special kind of weird. And in terms of, you guys that feel the need to call me and text me all the time, if you need to keep doing it for whatever reason, fine, but I don't read them. I don't read your emails. I don't read your Facebook
Same here. I'll
messages.
get a text message saying your trolls on the subreddit are doing this, and I'm like, I don't care unless they're threatening my life or someone I care about's life.
What the fuck is that?
I
What the
don't
fuck
care.
is that?
There's some interesting Zoom effects going on here, but I don't,
The fuck was that? The fuck was that? What a shit interview. What a piece of shit.
I mean, like I said, if they think they need to keep doing it to feel better about themselves, I guess okay, but I don't read them.
Because they think you're going to ground me and put me in a goddamn group home.
I don't listen.
Or a fucking mental institution.
I don't listen to. I used to. Obviously, I'm human. I used to listen to all the messages and read it all, but I quit doing it a couple of years ago because it's just too much. And A, I don't have time, and B, it's just the same rhetoric.
Gay incest fireworks.
Over and over and over again, and they don't know what they're talking about. And it's vile. So if, like I said, if for their information, I don't look at it or read it or listen to it. So if you think you're making a difference on me, you're not, because I don't listen to your shit. He tells me shit all the time, but other people will tell me.
Well, I do that so you can have a laugh with me on how stupid they are. I'm not doing it to make you feel bad.
I know. Oh, I know. It's all good.
I did want to include a short addendum here. Clint emailed me after the interview to clarify some things that he didn't get out. So this is directly from those emails. Oh, by the way, this didn't come up in the interview, but I know it's something people love to attack him about. Josh isn't on SSI. He hasn't been for many years.
Wait, what? Huh.
When he was on SSI, they did a full psych eval and deemed that he was permanently mentally disabled.
Oh.
He receives a small disability check from the government each month, and it varies with his income. I do his taxes, and all of his income is reported. One of my goals is to get him making enough money with his wands and YouTube so that the check gets smaller and smaller until it goes away.
I am gonna have to dig and do research about. I don't know if that's the truth or not.
And another interesting fact that people don't get is his income. One of the reasons many people hate on him is because they think he makes a lot of money because he has a lot of followers. That's just not the case. With all of his ventures and the small disability checks, he makes less money a year than he did when working for Wendy's full-time, and because his income is all from self-employment, he has to pay into taxes at the end of every year too, instead of getting a refund. Yeah, you guys stay good, And
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Happy holidays, man.
Yeah, happy
Good to-
holidays.
Audio check.
Okay. All right, chat. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh wait, has my chat been broken? The wait, whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna talk for a minute. Let me get my. Let me get my avatar right in the middle there. There we go. So now I have a few questions, and the first one is, why did this happen? Why did Clint agree with this? Just like why? Number two is, why was Josh there? And that was bonkers. Cause like that just like proved to us that we were all right. That like Josh and Clint are like literal clones. Like 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 literally clones. Just like Josh is like the defective one. Shout out to the 200 people in here, by the way. I think I capped out at 270, which is like my highest view count ever. I appreciate that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Swampy, sorry, let me catch up. Swampy says money. Okay, so how much do you guys think your favorite son paid him? I'm guessing unironically, like, so I don't think that your favorite son is like that rich or whatever, because he told me that he like blew like a lot of money whenever he filmed the documentary. So I'm not too sure if he like. I don't think that he would ask for like a huge amount. Oh no, sorry, not ask. Sorry, I don't think that he would give Clint like a large amount of money. He might have paid him like I don't like around like 400 or 500 maybe to like sweeten the deal. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like around 500. Yeah. So. Oh God, like that was fucking crazy though, dude. Uh, like I'm like flabbergasted at that chat to where like I'm like trying to like think of like what else to say. Um, I'm gonna watch that again later though, like probably with like Mongoose or Stinky or whatever, and like I'll try and get a like a my full opinions on this. Um, because like the reason on why your favorite son was like very like he was like softballing everything basically, right? Um, and like I get why, because Clint wouldn't talk to him, but like your favorite son had no energy throughout the whole interview. Like it seemed like he was bored to be there. All right. Um, show your face. Dude, if you're in my Discord, I literally have an emote of my face. It's been memed on since I've started, my dude. All right, so okay, so I will be live tomorrow, Chad. Okay, on Christmas, and I have a Christmas special planned tomorrow with Mongoose and Stinky. All right, and it's gonna be about an hour and like 30 minutes. So that's going to release. Then me, Stinky, and Mongoose will also be on my live stream for like a few hours on Christmas. All right, guys. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Eyes. Thank you, Nam. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Big Burr. Thank you, Cyborg Swampy. Thank you, Dreamin'. Thank you, Major. Thank you, Tig. Thank you, Inferno. Thank you, Briz. Thank you, Lundy. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sixth. Thank you, G. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Dank Elf. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Inferno. And like, Merry Christmas. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm Tarman, the Starman, Southern Vietnam man, and I love big black cock, man.
Yo, Tarman, don't drink on the beach.
I feel like a miscarriage. I feel so embarrassed. I could have been aborted when I talk so boring. I'm really autistic. Nothing makes sense. I'm really bad at talking. I'm really spent. I feel like I'm challenged. Everything's so hard. I think my brain is damaged. I need a lifeguard. I feel like a miscarriage. I feel so embarrassed. I could have been aborted when I talk so boring. I feel like a miscarriage. I feel so embarrassed. I could have been aborted when I talk so boring.
Tarman, would you please just log off? It's for your own sake.